Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. And I've got in front of me, well, I've got a few things in front of me. Most importantly though is this guy right here. So this is the Moto Hint. So Motorola showed this off at their press festivities when they announced the Moto X, but it wasn't available. They also didn't have review units available. They announced a pre-order, and we actually pre-ordered a couple and they showed up today. So we now have one and we can finally kind of demo it. So what is the Moto Hint? As you can see, it is a Bluetooth earbud that's about as small as it gets for Bluetooth earbuds. You can see this will basically tuck in most people's ear without sticking out and looking completely ridiculous like most Bluetooth headsets do. So it comes in a variety of finishes and colors. So this is a gray sort of fabric version, but there's also wood versions where this area right here is wood. You can get a different variety of colors. They also have some leather versions, and there's even an all black one that doesn't have the silver casing. So the point is you can stick in your ear and it doesn't look like you're wearing anything, but you can control your phone. And so with the Moto X in particular, because of Moto Voice, you can sort of control it, ask about the weather, get directions, have it read you texts, place calls, all of that stuff without ever pulling your phone out, which is kind of a big deal. So the device runs $150, which is not cheap, but it's actually kind of cool. I've been playing with it finally. So at the press festivities, we didn't necessarily get to play with these. They had them. You could take pictures and talk about them and watch some demos and stuff. And now that I've actually got to use it, I'm not gonna lie, this thing's actually pretty cool. So a couple of things to note. Obviously this thing is pretty tiny. You can see it in my hand here. But it comes with this charger. So this is actually how it charges. So you pull this out and this charger actually holds about 2 full charges of the Hint. So the Hint's battery lasts about, I believe it's 2 to 3 hours on a single charge. So throughout the day, you actually are gonna have to charge it probably more than once if you're wearing it. But you basically just set it in here and close this up, and then it starts charging it, and you can see the light going off there. That's telling you that it's charging, and when that goes solid, it means that it's fully charged. And then this thing actually holds 2 full charges. So basically, if you took this out in the morning, put it in your ear, give it a good 2-3 hour run before it dies, you put it back in, charge it up, go another 2-3 hours, put it back in, charge up. So you could do that, 2 times. So you could basically get upwards of 9 hours out of it if you were heavily using it. So when it's done charging, you pull it out and then you basically slap it in your ear. So when you pull it out of the charging thing, it basically turns on since there's no real buttons here. It's cool though, because when you put it in your ear, it senses that it's in your ear and then it essentially starts working. So I have it paired with my Moto X back there. And so this is going to be hard to sort of show on camera, but basically I'm going to slide the phone over, put this in my ear and start controlling it. And so you guys can kind of see, and you obviously aren't going to hear anything because the sound's going to be coming through this, but just kind of want to show you how this works and show you some of the tricks involved and things like that. Again, this is new kind of territory, and it's actually very, very cool. I'm not personally a fan of Bluetooth earbuds and things like that. So for me to sort of say that this is actually kind of cool is actually a pretty big step in the right direction. So let's slide this over. So here's my Moto X. Also though, before we begin, well, here's the packaging. So Moto Hint packaging right here. You get a USB charger because that's how you charge this guy, is through USB. You also get a few sets of additional buds that can go on the Hint so that you can, believe me, they are there, so that you can get the sort of optimal fit within your ear. So they do give you some options there, which is kind of nice. And that's pretty much it. Again, it runs $150, so it's not cheap, but when you kind of look at the size of it and the potential here, it's actually kind of cool. So this is what we're going to do. You can see my phone, and it's number one, it is locked. So in order to get in it, I have to put in my pattern and that will unlock it. But since this is a Motorola device and I have this paired over Bluetooth, I can use it as a trusted device also. So I can actually bypass the lock screen. So if I set that down and I'm going to put this in my ear, and it should register. And you'll notice right up here, Bluetooth symbol is not lit up at the moment. So if I put this in my ear, in my ear, it just told me that it's connected, and it says device found, unlock your phone now, and we'll keep it unlocked while you're connected to trusted device. And so I'm going to unlock it this one time. You'll also notice now that the Bluetooth thing is lit up because I placed it in my ear, which is kind of cool. So if I lock my phone again and then press unlock, we're just unlocked because it's connected to a trusted device. So that's kind of cool feature number one. So I'm going to set this down and we'll lock it, and we'll just start kind of going through some things so you can see how this works. So my wake up is wake up Moto X. Tell me the weather. And so you can see it's doing things on the screen, and but it's telling me in my ear what the weather is and things like that. So it's giving it to me, and I could put this over here. I actually was going to try to demo this with it in a Tupperware tub, but my voice was still getting through. So you have to trust me that it's activating in my ear. But I could do something like wake up Moto X. What's my schedule like? So it's telling me in my ear that I have a flight going on, because actually I'm going to Las Vegas tomorrow. So it'll go through that. I could do wake up Moto X. What's up? So it's telling me the time. It's also talking about some other things going on that are in my notifications. So you can basically run all the commands you would do through Moto Voice, but you can do them through your ear. So I could do navigation. I could even call someone, and this is actually really cool. So I can go wake up Moto X, call Beaverton Honda. So we're calling Beaverton Honda. Now, if you watch this, so it's doing all this through my ear. But when you're on a call, so if I decide to take it out though, it registers that and it switches back over to phone. So I'm now on the phone, and I believe I can put this back in, and it connects me then now back through the Hint, which is actually really cool. So you can kind of go in and out of conversations if you want. You can really just sort of let the Moto Hint do most of the work. And you can also do some of the other cool things too. You know, I could say, wake up Moto X. How old is Barack Obama? And so it does a Google search for that. So you get you sort of get how this works. And again, it's giving me all these voice prompts through my earpiece. Now I could also say, wake up Moto X. Remind me to buy beer in 1 hour. Yes. Yes. So there, I mean, you can do basically all the things that you're used to doing on the new Moto X through Moto Voice, and you just do them through your prompts. So, you know, when I was in Chicago for the press demo day of this, Motorola showed this being in a backpack. So basically you could, you know, for women, they could have it in a purse, men could have it in a backpack, you could have it in the back seat of your car, in a glove box, wherever. You don't necessarily need to have it right there visible. You can sort of control it from wherever. So it's actually kind of a cool little deal. Now the battery life is kind of a concern, but again, it's so small. Let me take it out again. So it's so small. Obviously the battery is not going to be big or large, right? So you get a couple hours and then you put it back in the little charging case. You get a couple more hours, put it back in the charging case, got a couple more hours. So, so far though, it's kind of a cool little thing, and you can wear it, and I'll maybe take some pictures of it in my ear so you can see, but it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't really take up much space. Yes, you can kind of see it if you're looking for it, but it's not hanging out over your cheek. It's really pretty discreet, which is sort of the point. And, you know, it's kind of cool. You can sit at your desk and say commands to your phone, and it'll do things to you or do things for you, and you don't necessarily need to ever pull it out. So like one thing, for example, you could say, you know, wake up Moto X, what time is it? And it'll tell you the time in your ear, and so you never have to pull your phone out to check for the time or something like that, which is which is kind of handy. So anyways, this has just been kind of a quick tour of the Moto Hint. And again, I know, that wasn't exactly what you guys were expecting, because you can't hear what's going on through the earpiece itself, but you can kind of see through those actions. I was kind of controlling everything. So it's definitely got some potential and kind of a cool accessory for your Moto device. Now, it does work with other Android devices as well. You just get that full experience on the new Moto X because it has Moto Voice, and you're not going to get all of that, as far as I know, with other Android devices. So if you guys have comments, questions, or want us to test anything else out, let us know. But so far, we're kind of impressed by the little Moto Hint, and it's available again through Motorola's site, and it runs about $150. Comes in a variety of colors, textures, and things like that. So anyways, we are Droid Life, and we are out. Peace.